Guess Dallas is already out. Now then.
The distinct smell of blood from down the hall.
Do you have a gun? Get like a gun or something? A knife, a gun?
Well, I don't think
Everything alright?
A gun now.
I don't know. There could be something in there. Could be like an invisible thing in there. I don't know.
You look in the room covered in blood.
What?
Been attacked.
In the world?
I don't know. It was there. I woke up. It was there. Should I get someone else?
Give me a
This
second.
is your room, right? Did you sleep here?
Yeah, I did.
Who was your roommate?
There was no. I've never seen my roommate.
I get.
I've seen them move things around before.
This
but, like, I've never
is
seen blood
this is
everywhere.
room 9, yes?
It's room 7.
Alright, give me a second. This is Venturo Delon. The room red 7, where Archer sleeps, is covered in blood. I'm going to start investigating, so come here when you have the chance.
Should I do something?
Right. Keep an eye out for now.
I'm fine.
I will check.
Yeah.
Hands aren't bloody, are they?
The room is clean and no.
Fine.
This shoes are because I just walked through that shit.
This door does not open.
What to do? Get somebody? Oh, we got somebody already.
Try to listen and can't hear much of it. You do notice the metal is extremely cold.
What in the world?
More blood?
I don't know.
Get me an engineer.
Okay.
Does it look like it's been physically forced closed, or is it a mechanical? Officer Cross?
The room is covered in blood.
What the hell's happened here?
I don't know. It happened when I was sleeping, apparently.
The shower room is still locked. I haven't found anyone else here yet.
Doctor.
Yes.
First of all, are you able to discern if this is actually blood or if this is some kind of biohazard that Officer Delon should be worried about?
I can't smell too well. It looks like blood. Personal opinion. Personal, non-professional opinion. It looks like blood.
Alright, perhaps.
Take a sample, go get it analyzed.
Yes.
The shower door is closed. Can you come check on it?
My room.
See if you can get it open.
I don't
Who's
think
your
my
bunk?
room
It is. I've never seen it before.
Alright.
Approach the door. It is locked from the inside.
Can she
Bad day to have to get my
wirelessly connect to it and try to open it and
Yes.
unlock it?
It's unfortunate. Archer.
With a 2,
Yeah.
as you try and
Would you
connect
mind
into
getting
its
the
system, and
Yeah.
You should know whose room this is
Force
and
it to
who's
open.
supposed to be bunking here.
you very rapidly find yourself smashing into a wall. As the AI in your head will state, that is an invasion of privacy that I will not allow. Please don't do that
How
again.
long would it take us to do this very simple task? We'll find out.
AI, could you please open the door? There is an emergency
I'm
in this
gonna go
room.
get my suit and hopefully something to scan the blood.
Yes, thank you.
After a few seconds, you see a processing bar. It slowly begins to work on opening this door.
The AI is handling it then. Take a step back then, please.
The door opens, and
couldn't find it.
as soon as it slides open,
Oh,
Siri,
Damn.
get medical. Archer.
Okay. Okay.
This is all her blood.
if that's
Checking for
all of her
basic
blood,
understanding of wounds.
then
Yes.
And checking the room.
oh, the room is covered in blood in there too.
How? Why? What?
Suppose
AI.
you're a doctor doesn't mean we don't need to scan it.
Oh,
pretty sure.
We still might.
But it would be better to check.
Yes, security officer Argyle.
How many entities are in this room?
Currently, there are 6 organic life forms.
Did you say 6?
I guess we count those.
There's 5 of us.
You just walked
Okay,
in.
5. Only 5.
Understood.
All right.
Didn't realize you walked in.
Sorry. I think I felt
Well, first we need to take care of her. Once that is done,
Here,
then we'll
here, quick.
continue our investigation and try to understand what the
Over
hell
here.
is going on.
For context, this room's covered in blood.
The door's open.
That door's open,
She's not
and
stuck in it.
Siri fell out.
Very
Immediately medical. Very, very faint. Very faint.
Very well. Get their legs. We must pull them out of the dual flame gates before we can work.
Doctors, I would like a full report on exactly what kind of injuries this individual has sustained once you stabilize them.
Examination for signs of struggle, I assume.
Yes. What the weapon may have done? Has she been shot? Stabbed? Claws? There's a weapon. It could still be here. We have a weapon, we may understand who has done this.
They have 2 critical injuries, 2 major injuries, and then minor.
Costa, are you able to get into that second room?
The second room? The shower?
Yes. Yes.
Bathroom was completely clean.
It's touching.
But the shower is equally covered in blood.
Understood.
Then it might have been something of someone came in here with they thought Siri ran into the shower room to hide, or
Yes. Please get into the medical bay.
Well, I have the scan of at least their blood guaranteed and the other blood. I don't know if it's any different,
there's
but
other blood.
just the blood.
The one on the
around.
walls.
We don't know if it's theirs.
Okay.
Understood.
It's definitely
Now, if
important to
we
check if there's more than one blood type.
I think I would have to do a
Senior officer.
Mr. Cross, how can I help?
Hi. Dr. Chip is currently collecting samples of the biomass around us. Are you able to discern what and whose blood is in this room? I'm assuming it's all serious.
Analysis, no.
Would that be more
find if
medical?
it's different.
Analytical can compare it to samples that they have already tested, yes.
Right.
Understand also a list of people who have been in this room. Me and Officer Cross, Dr. Chip, Costa, and the 2 medical officers, and of course Officer Siri. In case something comes up.
Can you not check
And-
the logs?
I offered to do
Yes.
that.
It is a good idea.
Those
Costa, if you would like. That'd be much appreciated.
Yeah, I can do that. Or she's just gonna make something too.
Alright. You can get those samples over to medical to see if they can discern exactly whose blood it is. I want to ensure that it's just Siri's blood and there's not another individual.
I grab blood from here and the farthest point, that
Yes.
could be somebody else's. Just in case.
Except all
It'd
over
be
this
nice
room.
to know.
That is fine. We're only testing the blood for now.
The janitor's gonna hate.
That's a good point.
Other than basic sampling methods,
I would just say take off your shoes and walk through the contamination.
The extent is unnecessary.
I can check out storage, but we can always old-fashioned dust and powder and prints if necessary.
Yes. Anything that can help us lead to the conclusion of what the hell happened here.
Do you know does security have any forensic equipment?
None that I'm aware of.
Understood. Allow me to go get those salons figured.
Right. There should only be 2 entries. Archer and Siri. If that's the case, we may need to ask Archer a few questions.
Yeah. Though I don't know if Archer was in the room.
Right.
The way
Another.
we walked upon it, it seemed that Archer came to the room this morning and saw the scene.
There are a handful of questions that I need answered. Hopefully medical can provide us some insight while dealing with Siri. One of those is I'm hoping to rule out this wasn't self-inflicted.
You're having the same idea then? Also, you can most likely ask down in Discord. I did not actually pay attention. Was Siri carrying her weapons?
Can I recall? I can run up to medical and then and see if she still has them on her.
Yes, possibly ask them there. I will keep an eye on here for now.
Yeah, see what you can find. Perhaps there's, if there was a gunfight, perhaps there's evidence of that around.
I will also most likely ask AI for a security override on Siri's personal locker here.
Yes, I need to figure out who is in the room next door. Room 5. Perhaps they heard something. Even a commotion.
The logs aren't promising.
What do you mean?
Siri entered the room and has not left until now. And Archer entered the room after, assumingly this morning, when they noticed the blood.
It's important to understand. So that would mean that Archer was not in this room overnight, correct?
I suppose not.
Right. So that rules out Archer.
Unless Archer entered the room and did this, but didn't leave. Though, it doesn't say that they left the room, so how were they outside? So, logs, they weren't in the room.
Medical Sedai, do you have cosmetic powder?
We're gonna go check in medical, see if they've discovered anything.
Cosmic powder in what way?
For your face, powder, Anything
Yes, I do. It's in my room. You need it?
wonderful? Because we can already exclude your DNA, perhaps, maybe, but we'll use that, and then this tape, and we can try to pull prints. They may not be the best, but we can try.
Okay, yeah.
Good.
Out of character, do me a roll.
No, I already had a question answered by Dawn.
Wonderful.
Alright, here.
You will get that.
I had a small one in my pocket.
Oh, wonderful.
Doc, you see this room is covered in blood.
A bloody cow for
It's
this.
in the thing.
That is not the right color.
Indeed. Investigation is being handled.
Oh, you can do it whenever.
Do you
Okay,
need
pencil the tape. Thank you.
Yep.
So we were to blow on it. I cannot generate that much feasible air. Just,
I cannot.
how do humans do? Thank you, Officer Delon. Alright, I'll trade you. Thank you.
You're very
Thank you.
youth here.
One of the doctors has already gathered samples. They're most likely checking them in medical.
I see. I will go to medical then.
After this, we should be able to just shut down the room and no one can.
Okay. Let's see. I'm just announcing level. There's some good quality prints on here. Officer Delon, do you know if you have access to the galactic database? If we could possibly run these through.
Yes, we have a basic database of the crew members and all. I will give it to Officer Cross. They are the one who is the most adept at going through them.
Very good, thank you. It is yours now.
Got everything here?
Do what you want.
No,
Do you want to stay here?
see if I can help you with anything, but I'm really on it.
I'm just gonna deliver this off right here.
Hello, Dawn. Delon is investigating the room for any signs of struggle, especially in the shower.
There's no signs of struggle per se. There's evidence of heavy hits against some of the walls, but looking through, you do find, eventually, behind some of the blood, 2 bullet holes in the main room area.
Understood. Thank you.
You will also find
Officer Delon.
eventually her rifle and her SMG.
Where was it? Second?
The rifle and the SMG are both stored, as if purposefully put away.
Understood. Thank you. Officer Cross? DM convos, DM convos.
Yes. What did you find?
Look. Look. Behind the blood here. You see 2 bullet holes.
Does that make sense?
What doesn't make sense
The
is
weapon that
if you
weapon that
notice
Siri uses is long range.
the issue is that they're right there. Set aside.
Medical has informed me that it appears that the wounds were self-inflicted.
Looking around on the inside, there's not much in the way of struggle, but there are points where you can tell there's been an impact.
As if someone's fallen over. Or shoved.
Or just rammed themselves against the wall.
One of the theories Medical had was that the shower was running incredibly hot. However, I just checked it. It's currently off and set to being very cold.
The door was The door was cold originally before we opened it.
If we take Medical, further analysis, and we assume that Siri did this to themselves, the question is how? Such a long rifle, to be able to fire and end up with holes in the wall like that.
Their offhand, or their secondary, is a submachine gun. Firing one of those wouldn't leave more than just 2.
Curious. Why would they shoot themselves? I understand they're not the most stable individual aboard this vessel. Oh, they seem like an individual who needs direct orders to do practically anything.
Do we know what their latest direct orders were?
That would be the captain. I wouldn't know. Well, we can rule out most of the individuals on the ship. After all, if the logs only mention Siri walking in, unless there was a perpetrator inside the room, or managed to bypass it in some way, does point to her doing this to herself. I don't believe Archer did this.
I need to check something. Because if what I'm thinking right now tracks, we might have an order of events. Possibly. Don?
Yes.
Delon is checking if the weapons have blood under them, as if they were placed after
Find
the
Archer, ask a
whole
few questions,
situation of the blood being spilled.
just to be safe.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That explains a lot. Cross. Did I miss him? How did he already leave? I understand he's good at being sneaky, but... I'm so surprised he already... Did he just run off? He just did say I was checking something real quick. Dang it, I need replacement shoes.
Hi. You can see there's lots of blood in her water.
Valerie, are you injured?
Water. Clean. Clean.
Oh, water. Shit. All right. I'll be right back. Shit. Dang it. Chef!
Delon,
Water! Now! Hurry!
Archer, can I ask you a few questions?
Not... I don't need it warmed, I just need it!
I'm dispensing it.
Ah.
There's a sink in the hangar.
Thank you.
Did you return back to your bunk?
do you want us to collect the drop? Okay.
What happened?
Oh well.
For a moment I thought you had gotten your throat slit or something by somehow.
No. No. I'm good now. I just could stay outside door. Need to talk.
Understood.
See me.
We have some clues. Some direction. We'll find them. Officer?
Can I have a moment? Oh. Palace? Hmm?
If I may, Officer Delon and Officer Cost. Sorry, Editor Tag of the Galactic coming again. I have a synthetic paper report. The original I'm keeping in size, but this is a report of the analyzed fingerprints and what they look like on that sheet. And it has pulled them out separately for you guys and security.
Suppose we'll get to this analysis to medical and see if they can discern whose samples these are.
Yes. Those are the fingerprints. I have to ask Dr. Chickalis how the blood samples are going.
Understood.
Thank you.
If medical doesn't have fingerprints, then perhaps
Speaking of
when
medical,
we do our onboarding, I can see if
Speaking
there
of
was
medical,
fingerprinting done.
Medical
Yes.
Officer Valerie had their water supply seemingly filled with that, which I assume Officer Sirius' blood. That's why I had to quickly get off water to bring to them so that they would not suffocate. Also,
they
I
get
examined
blood in there.
her wounds must be made to bleed. Also, I noticed, I examined Sirius' set of side weapons. There is blood under the weapons, meaning the weapons were not there before the bleeding happened. They were placed there after. Meaning it's completely possible she used the weapons on herself, set them aside, then moved into the shower and put herself under the cold shower.
I could probably inform all of security. What is here? Apparently there was a room filled with blood today. We're running an investigation to discern who exactly may have done such a thing to Siri. Currently, it appears that it may be self-inflicted. There is one caveat. Siri's bunkmate is Archer. Archer did return to their room last night and woke up to the mess. I can understand why there might be a little bit of confusion there, seeing as we know that the wounds inflicted on Siri were guns. It was a bullet. When I asked, they said they heard nothing last night.
I'm quite certain Siri's ability to be unnoticeable does not follow up with weapons she holds.
So either Archer was so exhausted from last night's research that they really did hear nothing. Something to keep in mind.
Right. I will return to the medical to keep eye on Medical Officer Valerie so that nothing happens
Yes,
again.
I'm going to take these fingerprints to security. Perhaps we have a registry of some type before everybody boarded the ship.
I will assume so. If nothing else, you can run them through the AI, as they should have at least some form of recognition of it. Excuse me.
Where is reaction upon awakening? Back to sleep. Used what energy had to grab and converse. Writing a report. If the captain sent over.
Understood. What can you say about the wounds? I heard that they are weapon inflicted, as far as we can tell.
Our own, well, believe, given orders long ago, don't know, to give herself punishment for something she did. This is what punishment is. Happened before, not this harsh.
I see.
When she awakes, we will converse with her.
Thank you. Make sure she can't make things worse for herself yet.
That is security job. For now, good to confiscate weapons from the room.
Right. I shall do so.
Yes. I will handle talking to her.
Call security comes if anything happens and you need aid.
Mm.
I'll be heading to the room and gathering her weapons and putting them in the security lockdown.
Could have been Siri. I know they like to hide.
Captain. Report.
Morning. Yes, what was it?
About the... have you heard of the situation with Siri?
With Sid or Siri?
Siri.
That's indeed them. I heard briefly.
I was informed what happened, though.
Medical Officer Valerie wished to speak to you to give the report of her of how she reacted upon waking originally. She's now, I believe, sedated, or at least just unconscious. We currently believe...
Have you been brought up to speed with, sorry to interrupt.
This is kind of important. Have you been brought up to speed with the attempted murder that occurred in my room this morning?
I did.
It is what I'm speaking of, yes.
Okay.
Well, tell me, is your room still locked down?
I was going to put it on lockdown after retrieving Siri's weapons from the room and
This
putting them
is
in lockdown.
Sidian. The chef seems stressed. The supply dossier that he's looking at seems to have some missing components that should not be there. He's requesting the security breach. At various convenience.
You, me, and Archer will go to the room right now. I have a interesting...
I'll handle it over.
So, sorry, sir,
Understood.
can you say again?
Let us go to Archer in Siri's room, so that we can take a look. I have a suspicion. Call it intuition.
Professor Sid, would you mind meeting me at security?
The thing is, I believe we have already have all the puzzle pieces as
Appreciate
based
it.
on the information given by Medical Officer Valerie.
And what was the verdict? How did the wounds occur?
Self-inflicted.
Only adds to the suspicion of
Captain.
it. Grohl?
Roll.
Yes, hello.
The detail I wish to keep to as little amount as possible, though, due to what it means.
I'm sorry about them, but as I
It's
said, I have my suspicions.
according to Miss Valerie, as Siri herself explained for the brief moment she was awake, this was an order of self-punishment.
Why would she lock herself in the bed's bathroom?
Oh, I have a good guess as to why. Archer, please do me a favor. Could you assist us in identifying which data slates are yours and which ones are Siri's?
That desk is mine, so that must be hers.
Very well. Which one is your locker?
Bottom one.
Delon currently has Series SMG and sniper rifle on him.
Good.
We'll put them on in the lockdown and inform the AI that Siri is not to be allowed to retrieve her personal weapons until ordered by Captain.
Acknowledged. Archer, how are you feeling?
Okay, I mean, they made me donate blood for some reason, so I feel a little loopy from that. But otherwise, in general, I feel unsafe. I don't want to sleep in here. There's somebody going around killing people, or trying to.
Well, as Delon said, it seems like it was self-inflicted, but it's not exactly a comfort either way.
Well, I don't want the same room as her in any case.
We'll see. Did you have anyone you wish to transfer with?
Anywhere but here.
Very well. If you don't find anyone to make a transfer with you, I'll see to it myself.
Okay.
But whatever you need to feel comfortable, your safety is our priority. So we'll work with you to get there.
I don't feel good about making somebody else sit in here other than me. I don't want to pick somebody.
Very well. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, I'll do some movements. I'll ask around. You just rest and recover. For the meantime, you suggest bunking with... Well, if you're comfortable with it, you can move over to the reactor room.
Okay.
The floor's up there, at least. I believe there's some space still available. So, but either way, recover, rest, which is the primary thing. For the time being, though, I will also be putting you on light duty, so that you may recover.
I feel like I would recover the best if I had something to keep my mind occupied, personally.
If that is the case, I will not stop you, but just know that you can take a break whenever you wish. If you wish to assist me with something, I want you to help me pull as much information as you can off of Siri's data. I have a suspicion that it was an order from Narsec.
I can confirm this.
It was. Do we have data proof?
No, but it is, according to Miss Medical Officer Valerie, it's what Siri said.
Very well. You wish to help Archer pull all the data and get a digital fingerprint from Narsec, giving this order. It'll help secure my position in challenging him later. I know that. Well, let's get the weapons up to security. Putting Siri on psychiatric leave. Archer, gather your things and get reestablished.
Oh.
You're getting better at your landing, Mercer.
Captain, can you come to the medical bay, please?
Go back and get my desk set.
Right. I'll put the door under normal lockdown, so you and Siri should be the only ones to get in without aid.
And Bob says so far, Mercer.
Good.
we get 5 more boxes done and we practically cover the rest of the place.
But he is fine. No other side effects while he's asleep, recovering.
There's a medical professional looking after him.
Good.
You see Devon take Siri's sniper rifle and place it in.
Officer Delon, do you know if those submachine guns had a suppressor on them?
Question Dawn.
You should also know that I
Yeah.
donated blood again
Are
yesterday
Siri's
because all of
SMGs
our stuff
suppressed?
Gone.
Not innately,
That
but
means I
they
need to do that
are
tonight.
capable of being fired without
I haven't done it yet.
making as much noise.
It keeps
All of our equipment is capable
everyone
of
alive.
being
That means
used
more manpower.
in
It still makes
sort of
sense.
silent
Now, I'm
ways.
telling the both of you this.
Are there any indications in the SMG that it has been based on like blood splatters and stuff like that that add-on
The
might be on?
SMG,
Feeling a bit weak.
the SMG uses a sort of battery system. It's a energy-based
Not the best day
plasma
to have that happen.
repeating
Don't
weapon.
worry, I will catch
Thus,
you.
it has a battery pack instead of a magazine.
Lovely.
The battery is missing part of its charge.
He needed it.
Those bullet holes that Delon saw were those plasma.
The
Cost.
bullet holes, no, the bullet holes were kinetic charged. Her rifle is kinetic.
If it were to be checked, does it also like have some ammunition missing?
The rifle is a single shot weapon. It fires once and has to be reloaded.
Yes.
Understood.
But you can make the assumption that the rifle had been used, given the blood that was on it, as well as the blood that was on the SMGs. SMG.
Brown jumpsuit.
Understood. Thank you.
Not liking that how.
Well, Officer Cross, the sidearm is an energy-based plasma SMG. However, the battery has been used slightly. The only kinetic weapon we have, the only kinetic weapon we have that could have let those bullet holes is the single-shot sniper rifle. But that is, even silenced, will still make considerable noise, as silence is mostly to obfuscate the direction of the sound and minimize it at long range.
The rifle was used.
Based on the fact that there are kinetic bullet holes that I showed you on the wall.
I ran analysis on the fingerprints. 2 sets came back. Archer and Siri. Ran the fingerprints on the submachine guns, only came back to Siri. I didn't run fingerprints on the rifle yet. I'm assuming that science did take fingerprints on her weapons.
Make sure that gets.
We're gonna go do that now.
Hmm.
I have their analysis on the table here. We'll see what it comes up with.
Done me. was fully expecting when I woke up from my very long sleep. Peace and quiet.
Hmm. Sadly, there is a high chance that this is a slight power issue, a show of power between two captains in this case.
There you have it. Just Siri's fingerprints on the rifle.
You... Well, I was just told by the cap you know who ordered them, right?
Well, there's a couple of questions I now have. One, how do you shoot yourself with a sniper rifle and manage to hit yourself parallel in the wall?
Well, apparently Commander Narsak has a speed dial number on them, which is already concerning
what?
enough. Yes, I was just told by the captain, in patting. It was not Tech who did the orders.
That's motive.
It is.
If Captain Narsak wanted to end the little feud with the captain, what better way than removing the object of the feud?
Yes.
The thing is, though, the order, according to Medical Officer Valerie, the order was not elimination, it was punishment.
Punishment.
This was... she had to do this due to her failure. As far as Miss Valerie apparently has her say.
I see. Interesting. What a share. What you have there?
Clipboard of ingredients.
Oh. Is the chef still
List from a couple
distressed?
days ago.
Never got my food.
Was from today. Yeah, the great appliance is broken, so we're gonna be without food for a bit. Have you been taking ingredients from the kitchen without logging it?
No, I like most of
You know,
my
if
things.
If we were actually not in space, I have no issues with hunting, but we're in space.
If chef is not
Not
around, I
until
just
matter in
take
the
the set aside rations.
No, I'm trying to find him now to talk with him a bit more. I see. Second.
Alright, well, should be able to resolve this. We know where the stores for the food are kept.
Jeff, where's your location?
Oh my. See if this shear can run a log on our security cameras and the AI and see who entered that room besides the chef.
Hmm.
Well, I told them to ask the bug, and apparently no results were brought forth, so I guess it wasn't him. Which is unfortunate, because I would much rather it to be him. It must have this lingering thing.
Right, gentlemen, we're down 2 officers.
Is this how you treat individuals, Narsak? How would you have done things if I hadn't just accepted my fate? What are the odds? actually. What is... This isn't right. Why is it missing? Is it just our files, or is it...
Set on a fairly chunky looking shotgun.
You see a familiar file of Devon's personal file on the computer.
Is it so?
Just all this happening made me think about things. And then I realized I never actually checked how comprehensive the file is about my past.
Understandable. And we go inform most that it is got us secured.
Dawn, can I have a quick talk in DM2?
Who do you need?
I mean, either any DM works. Delon is sending a message out to UPN.
Got it. Yeah, give me 1 second. What's up, Ranche?
So Delon has checked his personal file on the systems and noticed that it's missing some details. So now he's sending a message to UPN to send him a copy of his personal file that, you know, is shared with like employers and stuff like that. You know, where the things that happened in his backstory should be, because he wants to check if it's just this system or if it's just in UPN in general where the information is missing.
Okay, so your personal file is missing info, and you're just Okay.
Yep, I was told as much by Dawn.
Okay. This might have to be a Dawn question then.
Yep.
You
see, he's apparently writing down a message, something about the official ask for a personal copy.
Give me 1 second.
Just something I'm double checking.
Okay. Oh. I remembered this one doesn't have the in-camera.
Archer?
Did security confiscate any, like, data pads from Siri's room?
Unless the captain took some, then I don't think so.
Okay, then they're still in there in that case.
Make sure to lock any of them.
Okay. So.
To all crew members on the Tara 1, as you were going about your business currently, suddenly and violently, the ship will shake after 2 heavy impacts hit it. Continue.
Just as that happens, the system pulls up to you a clear message as you are looking for your own files. It says, data encrypted. Access code needed.
Like in our systems or in the like?
Yes.
Okay.
Whatever system that we currently have that you would have those records in, all of it is coming back either classified or encrypted. Your information has been restricted from general populace.
Understood. Thank you.
Correct. Yeah, you're welcome. Let me give you a roll real quick. Do you have any bonuses to technology or security operating systems?
No.
Okay. You are security, looking at your own records, because I forgot the very first roll I did. So, I rolled twice again, and you got I think that was a 7 and a 20. So, with a natural 20, you're looking at this, and the more you work on this, you're like, the captain could probably access my records. He probably has a high enough rank and authority that he would be able to get these records. Should he want to.
Yeah,
but that's all.
Much. Thank you.
Yep. Sorry. I hope that helps.
All
right.
What the heck was that?
And run? That's what we're trying to find out, whether it was shots or asteroids. What the hell hit us? We're trying to find out now.
I'm not risking it. I'm going to be... Captain, I will be patrolling in case those were boarding shots.
Good.
Today is another day.
Testing. I cannot just ask him. If the data wipe is by UPN, then it's not my place to inform them of the information. However, if it's just an issue of the ship not being informed, then there might be some foul play. Someone has left their tools lying around. Everything alright?
What was that?
Everything alright?
So many people here.
We're about to do a spacewalk to determine the extent of the damage.
Just me.
Right.
To security.
Alright. Then I'll be in the main. I'll be on the main deck. Radio in if you need me.
Where's the other big guy?
Yep.
Head on up.
I've given orders for nobody to be going in the vents, both in and out of engineering.
Hey Don, there's something crawling around the vents right around here. Whatever it is, pretty sure we heard it.
Something in the vents? I just not too long ago heard of head engineer Mercer mentioned that no one's to move in the vents.
Well, Dahlia just said that there's someone welding something here. It sounded like someone was welding something right here, and a bunch of engineers just went out into space. So I don't know.
Hear it right now. Can you not hear the welding from the vents right now?
Wait a second.
Can't you hear the welding in the vents? Is it just me?
No, I
hear
hear it too.
Yeah, I don't hear them
It's
anymore.
not
but
happening right now, though.
That direction.
I heard that.
There it is again.
It seems to always just be in your right ear. Hold on.
Might be someone.
Yeah, it's
going around the
happening
vents.
like right here.
I mean, technically we can open this up, but
Do you want to see who it is?
I mean, it'd probably be important to know
kinda
who is in
curious.
the vents
Like, I
currently.
don't. See, I would say I would like to, but I don't want to get in trouble by Master for tearing apart the ship trying to find someone.
Currently, Mercer's outside.
Mhm.
And we're just lifting off a. And for all we
Yeah,
know, this
exactly.
person here's probably doing it. If they're unaccounted for.
I mean,
We open it?
I'm as a security officer asking you to open it so we can check.
Alright.
We're not going inside the vent, we are just checking the entrance.
Let me get a crowbar.
Yeah, that'd be pretty handy. No, like, pressure thing we could push that just, like, releases it and it just pops up.
The point of them is to be, you know,
bar in a specific area, like a key.
I don't hear anything. They could have moved on.
Or they could just try and be quiet since they hear
dunk,
us.
dunk, dunk. Anyone in there?
Well, alright, the panel should be loose now if you want to open it up.
Alright. I guess I'll just open it.
Hello, Captain. This is Argyle Cross.
Is there anyone in there?
It appears that we have mail.
We have.
They moved on.
I see. All right then. They had to hit us. They couldn't aim a little above our nose. All right. Anyway, thank you for notifying me. I'll be there to receive it with you all shortly, or follow receiving procedures.
Yes, sir.
Just you. I'm going to retire a bit early today. I will leave the door open.
Right.
It's the worst time for someone to be in the vents. Especially since apparently it's been barred by the head of engineering.
Mercer didn't like the fact that people were going in and out of the vents. It's happening again.
I have nothing questions.
I will go inform the head engineer once they come out of this lock.
Fucking cargo delivery?
Really, of all things?
Cargo, huh?
This is Argyle Cross. Please be aware, one of the engineers appears to be missing. Currently searching for them now.
No.
If you see them aboard the ship, please let us know. The individual that looks like a mouse with a large wrench.
Well done. Interesting.
So it is known there's someone in the vents.
Cargo, is it?
Peel it off and then have the vents, ejected. Do a full scrub.
Yeah, that would be a fantastic idea. I am full support of that. Any passive varmints lying around can die.
They'll find him. They'll find him. We'll see who it is eventually.
How much do this comes?
If anything, we can shove Mercer in the vents and have him chase after them.
Two people in the vent right now looking for him.
I don't understand how this hunk of junk continues to harbor such secrets and stories. I would be surprised if all that ever.
Hunks of junks always harbor more secrets than anything else.
Yeah.
A freshly built ship has more documentation. A hunk of junk? Who knows what's happened to it in the years since
Yeah, Tara 1 is supposed to be a new ship. I believe I won't be needing my main arm.
wrestling in the vent. It could be me or Corbett.
Understood.
We got the prototype done. Now we just need to build off of that. Make sure that that was actually our job today. Fuck!
We were supposed to make sure that it works with
The departments, but we got sidetracked.
Today's sidetrack was quite
It happens.
a big sidetrack.
Yeah, 2 big sidetracks. The room and someone hitting us with a fucking cargo freighter thing. I don't know. So yeah, it's fair. It's fair. It makes sense. But just like the pace we're going right now, people going out on missions, people not coming into work. It's just it's gonna take a while.
Yeah, nothing you can do about it. I mean, today was pretty scuffed. Woke up, the coffee didn't work, so we didn't get coffee. I had to go fix that, and we got Costa, and then Costa vanished.
I haven't even gotten a chance to eat breakfast today.
And this
I'm
happened.
missing my today's coffee too.
I'm surprised. I didn't have any breakfast today either. I'm surprised the chef hasn't come charging at me. I guess I'll go. I'm gonna go do what I can on the OS. If any of you guys need me, I'm gonna be in hangar patrol.
Right. I need my coffee. There we go. With this I should have at least some level of relaxation. I guess that's the closest thing I can say. It is important to keep your daily rituals. To make sure your life is the way it needs to be. That you know you're in peaceful times.
Actually, this needs to go to science too.
Hmm.
I'll get your coffee.
Officer Tashir,
Thank you.
are we alright?
Trying to look into what's been stealing the ingredients and what broke the microwave. It's
Right, that
not-
too.
Nothing. There's no camera in here for us to even see, which we should probably get a camera in there.
The closest camera we have is the one in the hallway that goes between the hangar doors and the side doors.
Which it rotates and then it only gets to that door over there. This door is unmonitored.
Mm.
And even then, if there is no footage of anyone going in and out at unopportune times, or at like night, except for the night crew. So, but they've logged everything that they've taken. So whoever is taking the ingredients is probably the thing that's in the vents. And it's just been popping in and out of a vent. So unless we have more things in the vents that are just stealing food, we should probably get a camera in there.
Have you asked the AI?
Yes, it seems we need much more cameras.
The ship is so big, the AI only has a certain amount of, probably has a certain amount of vents mapped out. And
Not even the
at this point,
not even the vents. If it has knowledge of logging of personal inside, I guess no.
No, I know where he...
There is no actual any system checking the doors.
Yeah, the AI, I believe, is the one that gave the list of the ingredients because it logs all of the ingredients. That has been taken over the time. It does logs sort of a thing, and will be notified if anything is just going missing. So there is obviously someone popping in, taking the food, and going back.
True, very true. Well, I think you all are managing
The
things
ship
wonderfully.
needs more cameras, let's be honest here. There are far too many blind spots in areas that are just not covered.
Discussing amongst yourselves. You hear Did you know we have a blind spot up by the airlocks? One of the worst possible spaces to have a blind spot.
Yeah.
I think Mercer might have found them.
Ah, it's you. You were locked as missing for a moment.
Oh.
Hmm?
Immediately landing on the ground.
And we found our culprit.
Did we get them?
Considering that you're on top of them, I'm assuming yes.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. Someone.
Here. Oh, she'll reach out her hand.
Thank you.
Hand on shoulder.
Does the
Hold.
unknown personnel, is that an individual I might recognize from the dossier? Yes.
Do we recognize this?
Yes, I believe they were on the night shift.
Ah.
I might say Simba.
Simba.
Don't worry about it.
Were you aware that the head of engineering had barred the usage of the vents until further notice?
It happened recently, so... It didn't happen over radio, so I wouldn't blame them.
Officers, first of all, are you alright?
Well, good. It's quite a fall.
Yes. I mean, we have a much larger individual who can reach and set it back in place much easier, I assume. Oh. Let.
No.
No events.
I assume you can use one of the seats.
I must avenge the Great Appliance.
I'm gonna use the table, but I need the chef for business. Chef, can I stand on your table? To fix it up?
May. Does engineering not have step ladders? What is this?
Leading up.
I don't know.
For some reason.
Do you rather does now or do you rather does continuously until later?
Do you want me to hold it while you skirt back appropriately?
This is a health and safety violation.
So it doesn't.
Have they done a
So
risk
it
assessment?
does not move until it's assigned the latches while you screw.
I believe this is why the engineering has banned the movement in the vents for now.
Yeah, the vents are completely and utterly unstable to be moving around in them like they are.
How many other cunts are hiding in these fucking vents?
I wish we knew.
Ridiculous. This is what the
We should just... Yeah, this is the second individual to fall from the vents. We need to just do a deep clean, like, eject of the vents at this point.
I say we flood the vents with that death gas you breathe. Kill them all.
I am in agreement to
Be able
this.
to freeze it. However, an eject would be much better. Inform all personnel that to get out of the vents and don't go back in them. This includes the night shift.
Next time we go into a station, if everybody leaves the ship, drain it of oxygen, killing them. No, but they touched my great appliance and I will not have this.
Disciplinary action must be taken against this. I have had
Yeah,
it.
escort me. When I get my hands on them.
Agreed. They are part of the engineering team, I assume. Thus it's up to Mercer to handle it.
I don't know. There might be.
Did he run off again?
The individual in question, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The chef, yes.
Did you lose them?
They walked over there, and I assume went that way. So if you didn't see them in the hangar, then who knows? I will check the cameras. That's when I heard something. No luck on the cameras. Medical Officer Valerie?
Officer Argyle, the situation with the chef has been dealt with. Do not worry about it.
Everything alright?
Just thinking.
If you haven't heard, the impacts on the ship were apparently cargo.
They were just floating.
Shot by another ship, from what I understand. I do not understand though why they were just ejected at what that speed at us. We will see once we it has been figured out. Also, apparently we have found a member of the engineering team in the vents when they were apparently supposed to not be there anymore. Caused a bit of a mess in the kitchen. Has there been any...
If they come through the vent on the ceiling, I'll bite them.
Well, currently the head of engineering has barred the movement through the vents. They are way too unstable to be used for movement. There's very high chance they will just fall down or otherwise make a disturbance. Is there anything else you might want to report? Issues?
That has been brought up.
I assume Siri's condition is stable?
She is stable. For now, she is to be resting in her room with checkups daily by someone from medical.
Right. I assume we're gonna have her move to a different room until they're able to clean the room properly.
Yes. For now, she is staying in the room. That is what she was told to by the captain. Other than that, she is fine.
Understood. Well, thank you for your time.
We'll probably be staying in here till night shift week.
Understood.
Hello, Officer Delon.
Officer Cross? Do I have to get up and...
Might have not had any progress, but I want to see if she had a chance to do it.
I didn't see her.
Alright, I'll look around. Oh, pardon me. Delon? Hey, Chef, can I get a nutrient block? I haven't had my meal today. I'm surprised you didn't come chasing after me.
Yes, help yourself.
You alright?
Yes.
You fine? You don't seem alright. You don't have that energy you usually have.
I overreacted again. Please, just help yourself.
About person in the vents? If you ask me, I feel like that was an alright reaction, if I heard correctly.
Well, I may have rampaged about the ship, and Toshia might have shouted. I put a lot of stress on the security team. Even my cooking utensil. I have handed it over.
Officer Tashira has been the one handling it.
Please, help yourself.
You say so, but it's alright, Jeff. It's alright, we all make mistakes.
You've been assigned to keep track of our food stores and to make sure we have enough. Your knowledge has been chosen for this job for a reason.
Yes, but I accused, and forgive me for saying this, I accused security of a lackluster performance, since this is the second person we found in the vents.
Tell me about it. I want to bet there's at least one more person lost in there.
I mean... I'm sorry.
I will say that the vents are part of the engineering's handling of the area, as we can't just go in there and check it ourselves. And that's why we had no records.
Chef, it's the same for us. It's you're only human. We all make mistakes. So just don't let this eat you up.
You're only chef. You're only chef. In this case.
You just gotta pick yourself up, move on to the rest of the day. Have a better day tomorrow.
Very well. Anyway, this new crew member, Oscar. Their name is.
Is that their name?
I hear everyone.
I see.
I said I look forward to working with them, I guess.
No, I didn't catch their name. They seemed quiet. Do they speak common or do they speak at all?
I believe they spoke for their data pad.
I see.
That one's trash, right? That one's trash.
General waste. It's most convenient. Crockery for washing up, such as mugs. Recycling.
Understood.
Mugs, recycling.
But make sure you place them in there. Do not throw them because they'll break.
Then they'd break. Yeah, makes sense.
If you ever wish to take a nutrients block on the road, feel free to leave the packet on the table, and I can deal with it.
Ben.
If you do not wish to carry it with you.
Thank you for your work, chef.
Always appreciate it.
Cameras yet.
Larvis?
Him.
No, what about them?
Alright, I have noticed that there are countless amounts of blind spots that need to be checked over, so I have asked the captain in order to install cameras in such of those places. Current ones on the top of my head are airlock and the kitchen.
Specifically this corridor in general.
Inside the kitchen would be also helpful.
Yes. If it is true that if this loss of ingredients keeps going, it's not going to be good for long term.
I thought that was already solved.
The loss of the ingredients was due to the person that no one was told about being in the vents.
Ah, so that was it then.
Yes, I checked over the cameras. There was no signs of anyone going in and out except for the designated night crew, and they documented which ones they took. So, the only person not documented on anything is the individual that fell from the ceiling.
I can see if I can have somebody make them, but installing them would probably be more so Dallas's expertise. If I remember correctly, they work cybersecurity.
Dallas?
Dallas.
What? Yeah. What's up?
Cameras being installed in blind spots of places. Be able to help. This person is fated to recommend you fucking.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, just hook up the cameras and then make sure they're linked to your systems. That's easy enough.
Okay. Cool. You can get someone to make them, transfer them over to Dallas, install them, link them up. That would be.
Shouldn't be too much trouble for you guys to hook them up. I can just make sure that they're connected.
That's what I was meaning.
Yeah.
We can make them, you can do the installation.
Perfect, yeah. Easy.
Okay.
Put that in the docket then.
I'll just figure
Just
out
let me
what
know when
people
you
are
need
doing
me.
by tomorrow, and I'll have somebody work on it.
Would you like an extra pair of hands on the cameras? I've already identified a few dead zones.
Better get them all.
It's
done
up for
at
security
once
to
than-
decide.
Well, it's better get them all done at once than go to each individual spot after hooking them up.
Alright, if you could note down which blind spots that you've been able to see and
The ship is haunted.
email it to me.
Apparently.
I'm having enough of today.
Just let me know when you need me. Let them know when you need them, and we'll get it done.
Alright. Probably for the sake of my fucking sanity, everything will be communicated through you via messaging.
That works for me.
I am now going to basically become off duty. I am tired of today.
Yeah.
This.
Treat yourself.
Hey, I think I saw your device. Oh no, you have it right there. Never mind. I think I know what happened.
You know
to
about the
original.
call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what happened with the lull. For some reason, it was still on me.
Interesting.
I don't
Alright.
know why.
You'll excuse me, I think I'm gonna turn in for the night.
Oscar? Is that correct? Nice to meet you. Dallas.
It's technically not the vents. There's a wall panel.
They're in the walls, Mercer.
Have you seen Costa anywhere? I want to check. Yeah, kind of up on
Good job today, Tashir.
Doesn't feel like a great job.
The fact that you were given the time, listening, and making sure the problems were looked at, even if it didn't amount much, it's still important. To give the crew that safety and understanding that we are caring. At least you didn't wake up to having to examine a room filled with blood.
No, I woke up to the aftermath.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, how's the whole breathing?
I'm actually fine. Surprisingly, my only blow up with emotion so far has been after a culmination of a lot of annoying shit.
Well, that's just natural. Has it changed your sleeping? The fact that your room is in a different type of air and pressure?
Oh, my fans never really affected me too harshly. I mostly just get really drowsy. It's kind of slow.
Oh, that's good. Welcome to the quote-unquote good days of security work.
I need to go apologize to Chef because I fucking yelled at him.
He understands what he did wrong. Sometimes people require a bit of explosion from somebody else to kick them out of that circle they are stuck in their own head. Just act like now everything is fine afterwards. If you see them continue to be depressed about them or avoid them, at that point maybe tell them that it's fine. But if they are able to bounce back, it should be fine. It is sadly just reading.
Has anyone checked over the person with the gold hands yet?
Their name is Oscar, apparently. Apparently, Mercer is apparently aware of them.
Yeah, but considering how we all weren't aware of them...
The thing is, I was looking into my own files earlier. I was not able to access them, so I do not know if we were able to actually find anything if we checked. It might need to be Chief himself or the captain.
Well, as long as something is known. Also, the I talked with Argyle a little bit. The Vane, their full breacher. We really should get that confiscated.
It has been a back and forth. Chief Conch thinks it's still fine as it only has the what's it called, the magnetic parts of it left, as all the heavy ordnance has been already confiscated. But the captain also agrees with your view on getting it confiscated, because it is quite the spectacle, I guess will be a word for it.
Yeah, I'm worried at any second it can just go off. Doesn't matter if the functioning parts are gone, it's still a worry. Wasn't it supposed to be confiscated beforehand? What happened with that?
It is the same thing as with Chief's long-range heating implement. It's been people trying to find middle grounds, but it has not obviously been enough in some cases.
You just start trying to find middle grounds of things.
Bring it up with
If it can-
Chief Conch if he's around tomorrow. And if he doesn't
be
listen
sure
and
to.
you still believe in you, bring it up with the captain. It is just a simple fact of going up the ladder. Just understand the moment the captain disagrees with your view, then, well, not much you can do.
Got Chef's long-range apparatus in that container of weapons there. Got it confiscated.
Understood. You have a good reason to, as he himself explained, he rampaged a bit. That is the sort of action that leads to your unconfiscated diamonds being confiscated. Also, Siri's weapons are under lock and key, and Siri himself won't be able to access them without one of us, or without the captain lifting this lockdown from her.
What happened?
The room. That was self-inflicted.
Okay. I don't know what all has been happening. While
I know.
you guys were
That's
focusing
why
on
I'm telling
that,
this.
I was on the mystery ingredient hunt.
Yes. Thank you for that, taking your time with that. I mean, at the end of the day, all of that investigation was quite just circle thing, as all the hints were there in the first place. Everything extra we found over time was just confirmation of the fact. Cyril was given an order from their previous commander to punish themselves due to failure. I'm telling you this so you're aware that this has happened, but for the most part, the only one who can truly affect it in any capacity is Chief Conch and the captain. I do not know if she...
Trying to skin someone alive.
I assume you're not the only one. Taking into account the reaction of the captain when he originally heard of Siri collapsing due to having not eaten, due to not being told to. He had immediately sent a message to the known individual about his disapproval of the fact. And I'm sad to say that might have been the reasoning of them sending this return message to Siri themselves. It might have been better if he had just waited until the possibility of facing him face to face and then facing him with all the information at once, instead of giving him this ahead of time information that the captain is not looking at him favorably. I really hope we do not get to be used as pieces in this political issue of his.
I don't think it's political, I think it's cultural.
The downside is, with me and Siri here, Captain might be at a disadvantage. And that's in the political view. Captain Narsek can just say that him taking me and her under his wing, so to say, could be seen as him taking rejects. I'm sure he could take quite a few members of the crew that could be shown as examples of haphazard crew that we are.
We're not haphazard, we're hodgepodge.
True.
We all come from different sorts of backgrounds of how people did things on their own ships. And we're trying to mix it into a melting pot. But that kind of feels like what humans do anyways. You guys are all a mixing pot of your own cultures.
You're not wrong there. We have quite the amount of different crew here. And yet, the captain is very adamant in trying to make it work. Even if the ship we were given could have been better.
Man. I swear I'm going to stab someone if I hear another goddamn welder.
I'm starting to think that they send out a budget ship because of the fact that there's such a high chance of pirate activity. Technically, that could also be seen as a way for us to fly under the radar of some. They see this hodgepodge ship, they possibly hack into our comm systems, hear all the chatter between the engineers about the issues, and they go, oh, they are just a random crew of miscreants, ignore them, not worth the time. And not a UPA sanctioned ship on a political mission. But that's the bit.
There's also the fact that I'm on your ship. Most of my species, if we're on a ship, were seen as nuisances and a bad omen. That's something about the crew. They tend to get left alone, for the most part.
Currently I will be sending a message to UPN to send me a copy of my personal file, the public file. One that's given, to employers and stuff. The one that would have been sent to the ship once I got hired. I need to double check something before I bring it up. But understand, my past is not the most white either. But I also accepted what happened and what I did. But we'll see. It does not change the fact that I plan on doing my job and keeping the people here safe. And I guess before you go to bed, I don't know if you noticed that, but I stopped using the word. But what do you think? Should I just continue with just a sheer, or are you fine if I call you officer? If only during situations where I'm going to talk to you about something, a job or something.
I don't know. It makes sense to be called it, but it still doesn't feel right.
I understand. Well, for now at least, if I'm going to talk to you about something just casual. Oh, Siri. How are you feeling? Understand until Captain approves it. Your access to the weapon locker will be
Captain authorized that I can have it done.
understood.
Captain has requisitioned the storage room for storage of my apparatus.
Understood.
Thought I would let you know. Munitions for it are stored here. I recommend they be stored with the apparatus itself. At least then they'll be in one place.
We might ask for an extra copy of the sidearm weapon locker to be installed in alongside, so that we can have a secure container for the ammunition. As having it in a spot where it is easily accessible is a bit of a risk. From what I understand,
according to the captains, storage is still a dual entry point. He insists that it will be secure enough. I don't necessarily agree, but he doesn't seem to be having it any other way.
I will bring up the idea of adding the container as an extra layer of security for the more dangerous ammunition, so that it requires the required parameters to be able to be accessed, so that it's not just in full access. Does that sound right for you?
Sounds like what needs to be done. Understand, I'm not happy about any of this, as I'm sure you gathered. Especially not given the fact that we had someone crawling around in our fucking vents today.
Alright. Apparently. Well, we really should just go with Palas's recommendation of just ejecting everything that's in the vents.
I still believe this is a issue of the head of engineering not keeping proper track of their members.
The solved for now, but what if we have another visitor in our vents? What if they drop down on us in the middle of the work shift? No security around and no weapons in sight.
That is the point of the sidearm. That is the point of the sidearm weapon lockers that are going to be installed once they are finished.
Weapons are locked up. That doesn't help anybody, does it?
I understand, but we have we also have the AI.
Space anymore.
You were still UP employed.
Besides, thus far the AI has been.
Count yourself as only a bounty hunter.
Don't let them get to you, Toshio. You done your parts of the day. Like you said, clocked off for the day. He's a mercenary, he needs to show off, partially. If only that is the only way they can get work. If they're seen as weak, nobody pays them or gives them jobs. But you are right, they are currently UPA employed, they need to follow our protocols. The captain has said that we follow the protocols currently even outside of UPA space, and we shall continue to do so until he believes we are deep enough or the situation is bad enough that we have to do so. But already, by the time the cargo hit us, I initiated patrols, personally fully geared, in case it was boarding shots. And the AI is somewhat competent in keeping track of the amount of life forms in the area. And this includes the whole of ship if asked. So unless someone sends killer robots after us, and I believe those are questionable quality and ability to sneak up on one. I can't even notice Siri leaving.
He left when Vane was talking with us. Curiosity question. How long does it normally take? Or how long does one... How long can one last without food?
Surprisingly long. At least as humans we can last possibly months with minimal food. The thing is, once our bodies run out of water, we expire in possibly in less than a day or 3. Of course, the longer we are without food, the less the less time we can actually have, and the less we have energy to function.
So anyways.
Yes, surprisingly long. I believe at least we can survive multiple weeks as long as we have access to water at least. Of course, there's a big difference between survive and function. But worst come to worst, I can survive. Dallas can survive And a few other engineers who I know who are human can survive. I don't know about Vlaka and the others, though. Even in my army, even though I was part of a non-human fleet, I was specifically part of the all-human squad. The only human squad, actually.
I see. Also, hang on. There seems to be an issue with my eye. There we go. Anyway.
Are you worried about our food amounts?
Not really. I was just curious. There were times that I wouldn't get food for a while, and I was never able to keep track of days, so.
I mean, in your case, you are partially. Well, actually, I do not know how your.
Habits off.
Yep. I don't know how your cybernetics are powered. I assume internal batteries.
Yeah, internal batteries because of the pop off. So I just
so with
recharge
the
them every
less,
night.
with less actual body to function, you need, I assume, somewhat less nutrients than most. But also more, since you're, you know, locking around a piece of metal.
Yeah, these are heavy. They're like really fucking heavy. What's up, Siri?
I want my stun weapon.
Stun weapon. He wants his stun weapon.
Oh. Right, they need to be properly cleaned though, since place them.
I'm gonna go walk around and probably open some water. It was good chatting.
Remind me, Siri, can this plasma level weaponry be set to stun level?
My weapons are not that. I will not accept.
Understood. Understand that if I hear from anywhere that you were not actually given the permission to hold that, I will put it against you. But I...
It is a stun.
Also, I would recommend was that all?
That's all I needed.
Now that I think about it, it's towards the end of the day. I wonder if they are down there. Captain,
Yes, still
I wish to just double check. You authorize Siri of having a sidearm? Yes?
Sidearm stun weaponry only.
Yes. That is right.
And good work today with everything.
Thank you. Tashira also did good work today, keeping sure the crew's issues were handled while we were busy investigating the situation.
I will make sure to acknowledge that. It was brought to my attention, but I get to see them again since earlier. So once I do, I'll pass along my thanks as well.
I appreciate it. Have you also seen Officer Cross?
Argyle just went to sleep.
I see. I will then talk to them tomorrow about this. Just a personal thing.
I understand. I'm off to bed. Good night, everyone.
Understood.
Good evening.
Good night, Captain. What a day.
Indeed, like a day. I'd like to second that wonderful job. Congratulating is not the right way, but job well done. Thank you for being security for our vessels.
And thank you for helping us analyze the information so we were able to confirm any suspicions we might have had.
Of course. That is what we're here for.
As comforting as the fact that it was not an intrusion is, it is still not the greatest knowledge to understand that one of your crewmates has self-harmed in such a manner.
Yes, that is what happened.
Yes. All indications point to this. The only question we still have is how he was the only question we really have unanswered is how they were able to fire their weapon without anyone hearing it.
Yes, that would require equipment, I imagine.
I might question Siri herself about it next time, and if they do not answer or if they refuse to answer, I'll just ask permission from the captain. Either way.
That's all you can do, I suppose.
Either way, the situation is handled. Now the only thing left is to have the janitor scrub the room through.
Yes. I will have to let him know if he needs an extra supply of bleach, he can borrow some from site.
I appreciate it.
Anything we can do to help, we shall do.
I believe I shall head to bed myself too. It's been a day.
Yes, I am retired as well.
Good night, Chief Palace.
Good night, Officer Delon.
Oh, Siri. If you don't mind me asking a question. Are you able to completely silence or the ability of people around you to hear your own gunshot, your gun being shot? Understood.
I'll ask the same question.
I see.
Organics have a sleep pattern. Different sometimes, each one.
during the time I have spent as the roommate of Archer, I mapped out the times where they sleep the deepest, firing off my weapon during only those times, so they did not wake up. I
Understood.
understood that if they woke up during the process, they might stop me, which would be against orders.
Understood. Carry on. Thank you for informing me of this.
Yeah.
Celine, James, Greg. I hope you're all right. I did the right thing, right? Don't let the pet machinations get in the way of my job again.